You know what I find so fascinating? Is that I had to take multiple takes because there was a helicopter circling this area on the same routine for a hot minute. I knew it wasn't for me, of course, but deep inside I took it as a sign that I'm doing something right. And every time I do a new video for you beautiful souls in this collective, I know it's for us to rise together. And I want to be honest with y'all. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. That I'm sick and fucking tired of this perspective we have towards power, the label of authority that we put onto things that make us become fearful of it. Like, for example, people in politics, we deem them powerful. People who have money, we deem them powerful. Cops, people who have badges, we deem them powerful. We even deem our managers powerful, to the point we allow them to disrespect us. You know, this very thing is the reason why we're all confused on understanding what really is power. So today we're going to get in depth in understanding the two dynamics between false power and true power. And when you get yourself into neutrality to understand these two dynamics, you will realize that we were taught fear, and that fear is a man-made thing to make us believe that we don't have the divine right over this life that we have been given.
Let's get lost.
What is Gooch Gooch, you beautiful souls? Welcome back on another episode of Embracing the Ascension series. Now, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brittany Fontenez. What I do in this channel, I speak about spirituality with compassion, emotional awareness with love. I do guided readings for each zodiac signs, and I talk about things that need to be talked about that aren't talked about in this world, because I believe it's our divine right to know more than what we have been told. And that is exactly what we're going to get into, is understanding the difference between false power and true power. And when you understand these two dynamics, you will realize that fear was taught and it is not true. Now, beautiful beings, we're going to get into understanding false power. What is false power? You know, we put the label of authority on these very things that we fear. Cops, managers, jobs, you know, the entire system. I want you guys to understand that we were conditioned to believe these very things. Now, if you guys don't know, I remember years and years when I was in college. I'm like 26 now. I went to college when I was 17 years old. I remember reading something. I don't know what I read, but I will never forget this to the date of my life. And that's when it really changed my life forever, to understand what power really is. And that is, you know, if you guys don't know the Rothschilds, there's a reason for it. The Rothschilds are the reason why the 9-to-5 system exists, and the reason why schooling exists. It's the very reason why a lot of things exist. But the reason why this family is hidden, because it's for a reason. Now, I will never forget, I remember reading that one of the Rothschilds said before creating the entire system that we call the Matrix today, or we call the paradigm, you would say. That is, he said, no man should have the right to think for himself. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some fucking shit? Someone thought they had the right to tell us no man has the right to think for them damn self. So we're gonna create a system that we can control them and make them believe they have no sense of control. Even with school. For example, you guys, you know why we had to wake up so early in the morning? Is because they were teaching us to get ready for the work system. They were teaching us to get ready to obey authority. False authority, as in teachers who disrespect. As in cops who have no respect, but entitlement. As politicians who feel entitled. You know what I'm saying? So all these things that we have put our fear into is the very thing that is taking our power from us. And I want you guys to understand that that is false power. If we have to fear the very things that should be helping us thrive, then they don't have good intentions for us. Now, we've been conditioned through schooling. We've been conditioned through religion. We've been conditioned through laws. And I want you guys to understand, there's nothing wrong with having these very things. They all are part of the divine plan to help us awaken and discover our sovereignty. But when we continue to feed these things to the point we abandon ourselves, that we forget about each other, that we hate on each other, we add to that division, meaning that we add to that separation. That is the whole point. They want us to be separated. They don't want us to wake up. They don't want us to come together. They don't want us to rise together. And it's because when we rise together and we know true power, when we know love, we can't be manipulated. They have no source of power. They get their power through control, through false control. So I want you to understand, false power is all about us believing that we have to fear life and give it up, and to believe in this paradigm that they have conditioned us to embody. Now, what is true power, you might be asking? Most people will call this rebellious. Me, I call this true power, because going by what your heart is telling you, what resonates with your soul, is your source of sovereignty. Meaning that if you don't want to work a job, for me, for example, fuck a job. I'm done. I quit my job. I quit my job the beginning of this year, and it was the best decision I ever fucking made in my life. But then I realized so much about myself, how much I needed to heal, how much I was so fearful, how much I've forgotten myself. Or even when the last time I got pulled over by a cop, I turned on my camera real quick because he was trying to disrespect me, and all of a sudden he walked away because I'm like, yeah, you know I didn't do anything wrong, you know? So it's like, true power is about standing up for what is right to your soul. False power is about giving yourself away to something outside of you that makes you think that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, like, you know, I'm reading the book, The Celestial Prophecy. I'll show you guys. I highly suggest this book. Highly. It's all about a person going on their own divine plan that they didn't even know that they were a part of. But I'm on the chapter, I just finished a chapter called Power Struggles. And this is what we're going through currently. Power struggles. The reason why there is so much false power on this planet is because there's a power struggle. You know, for example, the only reason why America is America today, because let's be honest, it was stolen by people killing off indigenous tribes, people killing off other people to deem that we are entitled to have this country. And this is why you got a lot of people saying we're the most powerful country in the world. No, we are the most false country in the world. It's because we had to take from others in order to make us seem like we're something. You know what I'm saying? And another example, you know, trigger warning. People who believe in religion, you know, I'm not shunning religion. I just don't fully believe in it. Like, my mom's a hardcore Christian, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe in everything the Bible says, because it's been passed down by many hands. We weren't in the beginning of the time, so how can we really believe? You know what I'm saying? To the point that we've forgotten the feminine energy. We've forgotten the women in this whole society, and it's just like, but we're a part of it too. So I know I'm getting off track, but let's get back on track. So that's what I'm talking about, false power. To the point, false power makes us so confused on what the fuck should we believe in. You know what I'm saying? True power is about you finding your way and what is right to your heart. What do you believe in? What is your truth? You know, there's one of my favorite quotes that I want to share with you guys, and that is from Lao Tzu. If I'm saying his name right, if I'm not, please correct me, guys. But he says, knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Now notice, in that saying, mastering others is strength. We go through a power struggle in this world because we believe that in order to define our worth and our empowerment, we have to try to control others and control things. Like, for example, getting into an argument, we try to think, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. Energetically, the person who thinks they're right is taking energy from that person. I wouldn't know. I used to be one of those people when I was unconscious. We all were conditioned in this paradigm, in this programming, to the point we had no right over our name, or no right over our religion, no right over our occupation. And then we're all filled with these beliefs that aren't even our own. And that is what the false power that we fed into, that we think that fear and worry is the most responsible thing to do. to believe in politics, to believe in all this is the most responsible thing to do. But going about our own way is the wrong thing to do. No, I'm here to encourage you. Going your own way is your true power. Believing in your own way is your true power, even if that means going against your family, going against your parents, going against this paradigm, going against everything that everyone made you believe that you must believe in. Going against all that, it will be hard. It will be scary. But here's what I'm going to tell you. As a butterfly flies over my head, as I'm here to tell you, going by what your heart is telling you is the right path. It is the right fucking path. And I feel like I'm channeling this, so I know someone needs to hear it. If you feel that it's time for you to leave a job, here's what I'm going to tell you. When you feed into that fear, the false power behind that fear is that you leaving the job is going to ruin your life. But your true power is leaving that job and overcoming that fear is leading you to your truth, is leading to you to where you're divinely meant to be. So I want you to understand that false power was created to teach us to fear ourselves, to fear this world, to fear this life. True power is believing that there's something beyond myself, something bigger than what I've been told, that really has my back, that really cares about me, that really wants the best for me. For example, you guys, you ever wanted to do something that goes against everyone else, that whatever everyone else is doing, just be like, oh, it feels so good to do that. It feels so good to do that. When it feels good to do that, that is your soul encouraging you as the right thing to do for you. And there's something else I actually want to share. Let me get my notepad. Let me go my notepad. Oh my god, I lost the page. I found it. Now, yeah, I was on the right track, so just had to make sure. So the last things I want to talk about with you beautiful souls is that owning your power. How do you own your power to the point that you don't feed into this false power, but you understand your true power by mastering yourself? And that is the way to own your power is by mastering your emotions, mastering your thoughts, mastering the way that you embody yourself in this life that you've been given. Meaning that whatever goes against what your heart is saying no to, do that. Listening to your intuition. Anytime you feel that you have to do something you don't want to do, that's giving your power away. But every time you say no to what you feel might take your power, that is you owning your power and honoring it. Claim your existence, claim yourself, because here's the thing, no one would ever be you. There would never be another like you. God would never make another you. So it's time to be you. Little do you know, when there's no enemy within, there's not an enemy without. So that means the power has been within you all along. You have the right to say no. You have the right to go against what you feel you shouldn't be doing. All you have to do is own the fact that who you are is meant to exist. What you feel you have to say deserves to be heard. What you feel in your heart is the right way to be feeling, the way that you feel you should be living your life. That is you saying yes to you. So I'm here to tell you the way to own your power is by going by what you feel is right to you. And I know that may sound so simplistic, but that's the point. The reason why everything is so confusing in this world, because complexity creates confusion, and confusion is the enemy. But clarity is divine. Clarity is God. Clarity is knowing. Simplicity is the way of life. So yes, this may be very simple, but that is the point. It's not meant to be difficult. It's not meant to be difficult to observe your thoughts and say no to that thought, but say yes to this thought. It's very easy to feel your emotions and say, you know what, I understand self, but just because I feel lonely doesn't mean I am lonely. It's just a feeling. So where is that feeling coming from? You see what I'm saying? You have the power to control yourself into believing and allowing anything in your life. So, beautiful beings, that is a way to understanding false power versus true power, and how to own your power, to understanding that power lies within you and what is right to you, not what is right to outside of you. So, before I let you guys go, this just came through. This life you've been given, it's not about you giving your power away to society or giving your power away to a job. The way we have been taught to live is not the way to live. The reason why we are all the same is because they want us to believe that we're the same. Because we're the same, then we don't believe in more. We don't believe in variety. We only believe in the mundane. So I want you to understand, this life you've been given, it is your job to realize that this life was given to you so you can discover your own individual relationship with this creator and this existence of life. You were here to go on a journey of self-discovery, to remembering who you are, not to fear who you are. So other than that, my beautiful beings, that's all I wanted to share with you today. If you got any clarity, any upliftment, please let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I really love hearing from you guys. And if this message resonated with you and uplifted you, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, as it will help the YouTube algorithm to get this video out to other beautiful souls in this collective that need to hear it. Because we are awakened ones, and guess what, beautiful beings? Together we rise, and that is the whole point. So other than that, you guys, I encourage you to please listen to your heart, even if that means leaving a job, leaving a relationship, leaving things behind, and going what you feel called to go for. Do it. That is your power. Your power comes from within. It doesn't come from the outside world. So now, you beautiful beings, please have a blissful day, and I'll see you on the next one. And namaste.